Hello, Jim Howard here in Fort Worth, Texas. And I just had a friend of mine that forwarded a Wikipedia story about SOS, the Morse code for which I had heard also was save our soul or whatever. Um, anyway, Dick, friend of mine, an amateur radio operator, my uh, uh, amateur radio license has expired. I couldn't figure out how to log into. I actually had already paid. I paid for the 7 years new license, but I could not figure how. I gave up. It took me several days to give up. Maybe 3 days. I know 2 days for sure. I guess I should have been shouting SOS. Um, anyway, Dick sent me this, and he commented that he didn't know the correct entire story about SOS, the Morse code distress signal. And I mean, we knew about it, but there's a whole bunch in here that he and I both didn't know about. So I'm not going to read this to you, this Wikipedia post. By the way, if you're wondering about the lighting here, I've changed my lights around a little bit, and I put this lamp behind me here, and then I just decided, I wonder what it looks like if I had the lights totally out in this room. Let me do this. Let me reach over and turn this on. Then I'm going to turn it off, I think. But see, that's a small bulb in there, light bulb in there. But I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. So, I'm not really upset that I sort of am, that I couldn't figure out how to log into the Federal Communications Commission site, because it's kind of expensive. I mean, it doesn't have to be, amateur radio doesn't, but kind of expensive. Because, well, like in my case, I don't have much money, but I've got a couple, ham radio units, handheld units, and I always want, there's like the deluxe one. There's a couple of deluxe ones, handheld ones that are really expensive, and like I said, you don't have to, but anyway. So, Morse code. SOS is a Morse code distress signal. Dit, 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 da, 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 dit, dit, dit. Used internationally, originally established for marine use. And this goes, hang on a second here, let's do the whole thing here. Okay. That was the SOS signal sent in International Morse Code. So here's the history. Now here's SOS sent from a flashlight. Anyway, this is an interesting story, and there's a lot that I didn't, I thought I knew. Uh, hmm. A lot I didn't, there was a whole bunch I didn't know. And, part of it is, uh, things I read or movies, maybe even movies that I saw, uh, things like that. So, anyway, I'm putting the link to this, below. Well, you can read it, and then there's also be the link to it. And I think that's it. Wikipedia. I've I've never donated. I've only donated a very small amount of money to Wikipedia. I use it almost daily, I think, and I should donate more. I do don't. I have from the very beginning of you know 1982 or sooner. I donated money, paid for software. Uh, uh, a lot of times I was the first one to pay. Somebody wrote a program. One was a webcam program, and I was, you know, his he his wife was telling him, you're not going to make any money with that program. And then uh, I checked into his site one day, and he said, "Well, Jim," he says, "I came home, and this is before, you know, PayPal or something like that." He says, "I came home from work, and," he said, "there was that check, paying for the program." He said, "I showed it to the wife, and he says, I told her, look, and whatever." He eventually, he kept asking me, "What else can I do to fix this?" And of course, I was amazed at that he came up with these ideas for the program, and I couldn't think of anything. But then he finished the program and he sold it, and uh, it was the first program. I think when I worked for Comp USA in Miami many years later, that was the only uh, program like that. It was for sale there, and so I thought that was kind of interesting. I was there just pricing items. That's what my job was, putting the price not on the box but underneath where the stuff was. And there's his program. So I guess that's it. Thank you very much for watching. What do you think of this? I kind of like this. Maybe because I'm old, I kind of like this. Uh, this is with no lighting. uh, I look good with no lighting. Thank you very much for watching. I'll hit the page down. Oops, why didn't that work? Let me hit here, let's see. There it goes. Oh, there's more down here. You can like historic SOS calls. The steamship Kentucky sank in 1910. Early use of SOS, which saved all 46 people on board. Then, of course, I think we've all maybe heard, the Titanic. We heard, discussion about that. and, the Lusitania, Britannic, Her Majesty's H.S. Britannic, sank in 1916. I remember the SS Andrea Doria sank in 1956. Okay, that would have been, let's see, my first year in high school. I remember watching, the news of it on television. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Please give a thumbs up or something.